Hello everyone, Jamarcus here, and I'm here with week 5 of the DDL. We're faced off against Frozone, who I have played once before, and he got the better of me. So I'm hoping to avenge myself and get the win here. We're also both the only undefeated coaches left in this league, so I'm hoping to stay the undefeated coach left. He's got a Sand team with Darkrai, Deoxys, Speed, and then some great defensive checks into my sweepers in Goodra and Weezing. Then Hippo for the Sand, of course. Then Rotom actually is a really good Terra Captain into me. On the other hand, I think I also have great options into him. His water resists are not great. Um, like there's Goodra, which is a great check to Battle Bond Gren, but Azuk is going to help chip that thing down, I think, and same with Terrapagos will help chip down the Goodra. Battle Bond Gren, definitely going for that win con. It's faster than Deoxys Speed. It'll be faster than Darkrai. It's still slower than Sand Excadrill if they're max speed, but I have Water Shuriken, which will do plenty of damage to it. I've got to watch out for Terrakion. Garchomp and Metagross can handle it decently, but it's definitely still a threat, especially if it gets the Spadef boost, and now like Gren's not killing it. It's also a great check into Iron Moss. Iron Moss kind of hard to bring this game, so I didn't actually end up bringing it. Although it's very nice to switch into Weezing with. And actually the last time I played Frozen, we had the same thing. He had Weezing, I had Iron Moss. And I almost won with Iron Moss, but not quite. So I didn't bring an Iron Moth this week, because it's kind of bad into everything except Weezing. Garchomp also looks great. If they don't bring Levitate Weezing, they still do have Levitate Rotom, but their ground resists are not great. So setup Chomp definitely looks good, but I actually didn't end up bringing Chomp at all, just because I thought Weezing was definitely going to be there for it with Levitate. Metagross, really nice for Deoxys, pretty much the only thing I have for it. Life Orb Psycho Boost destroys my team. It's not like I'm switching in Gren to that thing and then Sableye not showing up. I'll tell you who is showing up though. My goat Carbink. I'm undefeated with this thing, hoping to keep it that way. I have Psychic for Weezing. I'll show you the team in a second. I'll show you now. Psychic for Weezing and then Iron Defense, Body Press, Resto, Chesto. Body Press pretty much kills everything else unless they're like Max Defense Hippo or Defensive Deoxys with Recover. Or like Terraform and lose it to Crocodile as well. But if I can get rid of Weezing with like Azu, then I think Carbon can actually just 6-0. That's what I'm hoping for, but I've got other win cons if that doesn't end up happening. I'm Terra Water just because it's pretty good defensively into everything except Rotom. I found my other Terra's Ghost and Poison just being weak to the top 2 was a bigger deal. Next up, not Terra Gren, I wish. Life Orb Battle Bond Gren, Water Shuriken, Surf, Dark Pulse, and Low Kick. Low Kick's there for the Goodra. Surf pretty much hits everything. And then I just have Dark Pulse to hit the Cloyster and Rotom. The speed is to outspeed what Terrakion should have for my Garchomp. If they're a max speed Terrakion, they will be faster than me. But I really needed the special attack boost from Rash to be killing Darkrai with Surf at +1. And same thing with like a Spadef Weezing. Next up, Azu, Banded, Adamant, do some damage. Liquidation, 2-hit KOs everything on this team pretty much. The Goodra, if they're max HP, I think is a roll to 2-hit KO with Liquidation. Then if I click Play Rough, also very strong into their team, just really bad into Weezing, so it's a bit harder to click Play Rough. If they're max defense Weezing, I'm doing like 45 to 55 with Liquidation. The defense drop would just secure the kill. I have enough speed to outspeed Weezing and Goodra if they have no speed. And Superpower's there just to really kill the Goodra, because Superpower also great into their team if I kill the Weezing. Then Aqua Jet's priority in case Drill or like a setup Terrakion gets out of hand. Next up, Terrap. Just 4 attacks with boots. I'm modest. I don't really need to outspeed anything. So after a rapid spin, I'm faster than Darkrai. And then Terra Starstorm, Earth Power, Flamethrower. I have Flamethrower just because Terra Steel Rotom was a big threat into my team. Same with Balloon Excadrill. So just being able to hit those is nice. And then Terra Starstorm otherwise is really nice to the team. Earth Power gets good chip on Goodra for the Gren win. Next up, Metagross. This is my check for Deoxys and kind of Terrakion. Just get up with my rocks, heavy slam, pretty decent into 13, although I'm kind of walled by Hippo. And then Earthquake, Ice Punch. Ice Punch does not do any damage to Hippo, I'm not clicking it for that. It's mostly here for Rotom pre-Terra, just to do something to it, because Heavy Slam and Earthquake doesn't really do much damage at all. This guy's pretty much supposed to get rocks up, switch into Dio, and force it out. Same with Terrakion. Last up, Zapdos. This is my X-Control check. I didn't have a ground resist on the team. I either have to bring Zapdos or Slitherwing, so I brought Zapdos. Nothing too surprising about this thing. It baits in Goodra and like Heat Wave 10 or 15%. I clicked that a couple times. Now Low Kick's killing with Gren. So this is one other way I'm getting chip on the Goodra. Just Roost U-turn to attacks. Need Heat Wave for not Rotom, X Control, but also does a little bit more to Goodra than Hurricane. What do I expect to see? Top two, probably, but not necessarily. I think the most likely two are actually the Goodra and the Weezing. They're just fantastic into my offensive pieces. And with how offensive my team is, I think bringing them just makes a lot of sense. I'm expecting Levitate, but there's a world where they bring Neutralizing Gas to help out against Azu, because that's also great into them. Excadrill and Hippo maybe show up. I don't think they're necessary to show up at all. Terra Rotom is pretty good into me as well, same with Terrakion. I don't think any of the top 8 could really show up. Crocodile even is alright. I don't think the Cloyster's showing up though. Even after a Shell Smash, it's lower than Battle Bond Gran. I think. I have to check. Actually, no, I'm wrong. 262. Sitting. I don't remember. Anyways, I don't think Cloyster's showing up. Because Terrapagos beats it. We see the Sand Duo. So it's pretty much top 6, but no Terrakion. We see the Hippo instead. So I'm leading Azu because they didn't bring a water resist outside of Goodra, and I want chip on that. I don't really have a bad lead. I'd probably switch out against Darkrai and Dio just because they could be Sash and they're faster and they 2-hit KO me. But everything else I'm clicking Liquidation unless they're Neutralizing Gas Weezing, then different story. So Azu lead. We do see the Darkrai lead. A little unfortunate. I thought for probably 3 minutes about this turn I wanted to click Liquidation, but I figured if they Wisp me, then there's a roll I don't 2-hit KO them. Although I think Wisp is a really greedy play, because if I just click Play Rough and Abandon, you still die. I wasn't clicking Play Rough here because Weezing's a very reasonable switch in here. And if I Liquidation into Weezing, great damage, does 50% assuming they Levitate. But I figured I can also just switch Carbink. It matches up decently into Weezing, they can't do that much to me. And it matches up very well into Darkrai. So I just opt to go Carbink. And they end up switching to Weezing anyways, and they are Neutralizing Gas. Really wishing I brought Garchomp because they don't have a ground resist. Like if I was SD Life Orb Chomp, like I've brought the last 4 weeks, would have been fantastic this game, but it didn't end up on the team. I brought Zapdos instead because I really needed a ground resist and a fighting resist outside of Azu. So they Wisp me, that's fine. I Iron Defense figuring they can't do that much to me. I may as well get a couple boosts before I click Psychic. But I do want damage on this, so I click Psychic here. I get confused and fully parried. That kind of sucks. That lets them click Sludge Bomb, do some more damage to me, and I click Psychic here. But I'm getting closer to being in range of like Life Orb Dio or like Excadrill after I Terra, so getting confused there kind of sucks. I thought about clicking Rest here, but I opted not to. I just click Psychic. Maybe they stay in. Kind of a bad play on my part, I think. They're not going to stay in with Weezing, I don't think. Azu just kind of destroys them if they do. So either clicking Rest there or just Body Press would do more damage to Deoxys by a lot. But this thing doesn't kill me unless they're Life Orb Psycho Boost. So I'm going to Terra in case they have Flash Cannon. Or does he have Meteor Mash? I don't remember. But I'm going to Terra. If they're Life Orb Psycho Boost and kill me, that's alright. I thought about maybe going Metagross instead, because it's my switch into this, and I can probably rest on Weezing or Hippo after I Terra. But I wanted to play safe, because I didn't think I was in that bad of a position. I've gotten my chip on Weezing, I think it's looking alright. So I didn't want to play too risky. So I do end up just staying in with Carbink, and as you can imagine, they are the Life Orb Psycho Boost that I expect. If they're modest, that pretty much always kills, I think. And I think it's a roll if they are plus speed. I thought maybe they would be plus speed to be outspeeding um, +1 Garchomp, but I wasn't sure at this point. I go Metagross, it's my check to this thing, and I get up my rocks. Rocks are really going to help chip down things, especially Darkrai and Weezing. Now Weezing will be dead to 2 liquidations. They get up their rocks, makes sense, I can spin those away, it's fine. I just click liquidation, they stay in. I knew they would probably live, but I'm okay with that. Getting chip on this thing is fantastic. He's dead to rocks now, so they should just stay in and sack, and they do. From here they go Dio. I figure keeping Aqua Jet in the back is going to be nice. I still love Metagross to be a pretty good switch in. They Thunderbolt, and I think based off this damage, I knew they were plus special attack, or had a good idea that they were, so Dark Pulse does just always kill me. But that's okay. I got pretty good chip on the Deoxys. I go Terapagos on Boots. I am going to lose my Terra Shell to Sandstorm this next turn. It's not the end of the world, I'm still living any hit from anything on the team. So I have to just get the Rocks Gun. I need all the health I can get on Greninja, especially if this Deoxys has extreme speed, if they have Sucker Punch on Darkrai, or I need to take a hit from Goodra, worst case scenario. I'm expecting Chople Berry at this point, maybe they're Assault Vest, but I think Low Kick Gren is so obvious, because Gren's fantastic into everything else. I'm going to bring Low Kick to beat my counter. So I was considering it's probably Chople. I get the Rocks Gun, also helps Ozzy, like maybe I can switch into something. Whereas otherwise, if I come in at 28% after rocks, not so much. The Earthquake, that's fine. I just Earth Power, and I will be faster the next turn. And I take other Excadrill. I keep rocks up unless they're Defog Weezing, which I think they're probably Pain Split last move, I'm guessing, to stay healthy, but I don't know. But anyways, Deoxys comes in, and I do just sack it. I figured I don't need Terapagos anymore. I don't have a switch in. If I was good at the game, I'd probably go Gren there and click Water Shuriken, but that's really risky. I don't think. I'm not in a great position, to be honest. Nothing on my team really is going to chip down Goodra enough, except maybe Zapdos. And Greninja's pretty much the only way I'm going to win this game, so it's not looking great, but I figured I had outs to play for. I go Zapdos, they can't kill me, they're minus special attack. I'm just going to get some chip with something. I click Heat Wave because it'll kill they don't have a fire resist. They go Goodra, and I do 15%. They're not AV, or they're AV with like no HP. So I'm thinking they're probably like max HP and Chople. I Heat Wave again, I'm going to get my chip. I need a little bit more chip for Low Kick to kill. But if they're Scarf Darkrai, which I'm very much assuming they are at this point, Greninja's I need damage on it for Greninja to kill. Unless I get like 5 Life Orb Water Shuriken hits. Which I think kills after rocks, and I'm at +1, but I don't remember. But yeah, I need chip on Darkrai as well. And they go Darkrai, fantastic. I click Roost here because they can't do much to me, and now I'll be leaving a hit from Darkrai. I click Hurricane, do I hit it? I do. That was necessary. I lost the game if I didn't hit that move, and I missed so many Hurricanes in mocks, so hitting that was very important. I could have U-turned as well, which I think would have had the same outcome. Maybe I would have to hit another Water Shuriken or so. But yeah, from here, I'm just going to click Water Shuriken. I click it because if they're not Scarf, they're faster than me, and they would do a lot of damage with, like, a Thunder. But yeah, just Water Shuriken, I get my kill, and it's looking pretty good, actually. If this is Chople Goodra, I think it's a roll for Low Kick to kill. They bring it out, rocks. I click Low Kick. There's Chople. I do 53%. That's unfortunate. They're gooey, which means I'm slower than Dio now, but it's dead to Water Shuriken, so that's okay. But if they have E-Speed, then it's not looking great, because they Body Press, they do a lot of damage to me. And I have 2 Life Orb turns left, and there are 3 Pokemon left, and none of them die to rocks, except Goodra. So they should not switch with Goodra. That's pretty much a guaranteed loss for them, because I can just click Surf here. I kill something, and then Goodra dies to rocks, which means I don't need to take any Life Orb recoil. So they should definitely stay in here. I switch Greninja out because if I just kill this Goodra, it's a guaranteed loss for me for my position because that means I can get one more kill, guaranteed. But then Azu will lose to the last Pokemon because they'd probably sack Dio. I think that's the right play. At least they shouldn't take health on Weezing. So if I kill Goodra, they bring in Dio. I die to Life Orb, or they kill me with E-Speed, either one, and then they die to Life Orb, and then their Weezing will beat my Azu. So I cannot just kill the Scooter here, I will lose the game. So I go Azu. If they click Thunderbolt here or something, I lose. But I just gotta hope they click Body Press or Draco here. I go Azu. There's the Body Press. I can kill with Aqua Jet. And now I really just have to hope this Deoxys does not have extreme speed. If it does, I lose. There's nothing I can do about it. Weezing comes in. I just sack my Azu. I'm locked into Aqua Jet. I'm going to keep clicking it. That's fine. Sludge Bomb gets clicked. And it's really down to the wire here. I've got 2 Life Orb turns. There's 2 Pokemon left. If I win this game, it will be by 0 differential. I click Surf. Kill the Weezing. I take Life Orb. Deoxys comes in. We're both Life Orb. Whoever wins this game, it's going to be 0 differential. It's basically, do they have E-Speed? So, are we going to see E-Speed or are we going to see Water Shuriken? They didn't have E-Speed. And I win with 0 differential, the closest a game can get. Considering my matchup, that was so close. I thought it wouldn't be that close, if I'm being honest. I think I misplayed a little bit with Carbink in the early game. But otherwise, I'm pretty happy with how I played. Neutralizing Gas Weezing was a surprise for sure. It helped him against Azu a lot, though. So I think it was a good break. Zapdos didn't show up at all for Excadrill, apparently. But it got the chip on Goodra that was needed, so I'm very happy I brought that. Terrapagos got the Rocks Gone. If I didn't get Rocks Gone, then Gren would not have the Life Orb turns it needed to get all these kills. It actually only got 3 kills this game. It felt like more, but I think Azu got 2 kills and then Terrapagos got 1. But yeah, we pick up the win. Very, very close game. Well played to my opponent. He mentioned after the game, if he just clicked Draco this turn, he would have just killed Micro Ninja. So, bit of a misplay on his end. But he also had to hit Draco, so you never know. And I was minus Spit F, so that Draco was especially doing more damage than Body Press. But we pick up the win. Somewhat clean game for me. Again, the Carbink, I think I could have played a little bit better. Also not getting confused into full confusion. That would have been nice, because then I would have lived the Psycho Boost. Yeah, this turn. Because then I would have clicked Psychic, even if I didn't crit them, I think they would have switched. They would have gone Dio, not killed me, I would have gotten a rest off. And they drop their special attack, I can rest up on them again. And then Carbink would have actually been in a pretty good spot. But I think after I saw Dio come in, I probably should have just gone Metagross anyways. But it doesn't matter, we won anyways. Our differential doesn't change, but we're at 5-0 plus 14, which I believe is guaranteed playoffs at this point. There's still 4 more weeks to go, and if I lose like terribly the next 4 weeks, I might not make it. But I think we're looking decent for playoffs. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.